So I have another Mary Downing handbook called Took. I have not read this particular one, but I hear it's another ghost story. I have kids who say that this is one of the scariest books that they have read. So it's about Daniel and his sister Erica. They didn't want to move to rural West Virginia. Their new home is a rundown old farm surrounded by woods miles from town. The local kids treat Daniel and Erica as snobby outsiders and frighten them with strange stories about their house and a witch called Old Auntie. Erica withdraws further into herself, holding long conversations with her doll, and their parents grow increasingly unhappy in their new surroundings. At first, Daniel dismisses the tales of the witch and her man eating razorback hog bloody bones as superstitious nonsense. But gradually, he is forced to believe that Erica is in real danger. When Erica vanishes, he knows she's been took, and he must summon all his courage to confront Old Auntie and take his sister back. The beginning. The old woman stands on the hilltop, just on the edge of the woods, well hidden from the farmhouse below. Two men and a woman are getting out of a car that has a sign for Jack Lingo Realty painted on the side. The old woman has seen plenty of realtors in her time. She doesn't know this one, but she remembers his pa, old Jack Lingo, and his pa, Edward, and the one afore him, back and back, through the years to the first Lingo ever to settle in this valley and take up the buying and selling of houses. Though young Lingo doesn't know it, Auntie is helping him sell that house to the man, the woman, in the only way she knows, muttering and humming and moving her hands this way and that way, weaving spells. Sending messages as she always done. Messages that many folks need things not worth needing. Dangerous things. Things they regret getting. You might wonder why Auntie wants this man and woman to buy this house. Truth to tell, she doesn't give a hoot about them. They're ignorant fools, but they have something she wants. She aims to get it. It's almost time for the change, and they've come on schedule, just as she knows they would. New for old, she chants to herself. Strong for weak, healthy for sickly, pretty for ugly. When the man and the woman follow young Lingo into the old Estes house, Auntie sways back and forth, grinning and rubbing her dry, bony hands together. Her skirt blows in the wind, and long strands of white hair rip around her face. With a little hop and a jig, she turns to something hidden in the trees behind her. Won't be long now, my boy. We'll get rid of the old pet and get us a new one to raise up. Though he stays out of sight, her companion makes a noise like a hog when it's hungry, a squealing sort of snort that might be a laugh, or it might be something else altogether. Auntie grazes down at the rundown farmhouse and outbuildings, the overgrown fields, the woods creeping closer year by year. From the hill she can see the missing shingles in the roof, the warped boards riddled with termites and dry rot, the cracks in the chimney. Almost 50 years have passed since the Estes family left the place. No one has lived there since. Local folk avoid the place. They scare their children with stories about the girl, the one before her, and the one before her, back and back to the very first girl. Fear keeps them out of the woods and away from the cabin on Brewster Hill. Those children know all about Auntie and her companion. But newcomers always show up. City people who've never heard the stories. If the valley folk try to warn them, they scoff and laugh and call the story superstitious nonsense. They come from places where lights burn all night. They don't heed the dark and what hides there. It all works to Auntie's advantage. Down below, a door opens, and Auntie watches young Lingo lead the man and woman outside. Even though they speak softly, Auntie hears every word. They aim to buy that tumble-down wreck of a house, fix it up, and live there with their children, a boy and a girl. They tell him it's just what they want, a chance to get away from their old life and start anew in the country. They'll get some chickens, they say, a couple goats, maybe even a cow or a sheep. They'll plant a garden, grow their own food. The man and the woman get into the realtor's car, laughing, excited. Auntie spits in the dirt. Fools! They'll find out soon enough. She listens to the car engine until she can't hear it anymore. Then she snaps her fingers and does another jig. It's falling into place, just like I predicted, dear boy. But don't you say a word to her back in the cottage. She ain't to know till it happens. Her companion snorts and squeals, and the two of them disappear in the dark woods to wait. So, girls and gals, do you have what it takes to read Took? Put your name in the comment if you're interested.